Greetings, this is Rick Ward from Your Journey Transitions. 12 months ago, I did my very first video series on 7 steps to 40 again. So it's 12 months later and I'm doing a bit of a review of how did all those 7 steps work. And after 12 months, what are the things that I was able to maintain? We all diet, we all have little changes in our routine, and they tend to be fads and they fade away. So I'm looking at these 7 steps to see which ones I could maintain, which ones I tweaked a bit, and some of the struggles I might have had with each of the stages, and basically where I am 12 months later. So if you haven't seen the series yet, I highly recommend that you go to my YouTube page and have a look at the series. Over the coming weeks, I'll be doing a review on each step. So at this video, we'll be looking at step 2, addressing health issues. Basically 12 months ago, I was taking cholesterol tablets and antacid medication, and then a few different supplements to keep me going. Now, I had some attempts at addressing my cholesterol through diet, but it was kind of haphazard, and I just couldn't manage it through diet. So I ended up taking cholesterol medication for around 10 years, I suppose. So then when I adopted these 7 steps to 40 again, and it was part of a whole package of reevaluating my whole life and making little tweaks, little changes, no drastic diets, no drastic changes to anything in my lifestyle really, but just some small tweaks, but they were quite fundamental and quite powerful changes. And again, I encourage you to have a look at that series. In this film, we'll be looking at addressing health issues. So one of the first things I did my academic research, and I found Dr. Berg has got his own YouTube channel, very huge, and I mentioned in my videos, and he is really good at explaining how to use nutrition to adjust. Now, anything you do in addressing health issues, you do in consultation with your GP. My medications were quite mild. None of them were life-threatening or life-altering. So it was easy for me to adjust them and just check with blood tests to see how they're going with my GP, interpreting the results. Before you do anything, like my brother-in-law did this same sort of step, and he had high blood pressure tablets, and he worked closely with his GP, and they had regular meetings to see how that worked for him, and it did work really well. His health has greatly improved over the last 12 months, as is mine. I ended the last series with these are all the steps I was doing. Have a look at that. And I hadn't had the blood tests done yet to see how we were going. And I've had blood tests every 6 months since then, so this is the second lot. And they come back and my cholesterol is still in the normal range without any medication on that. Diet is improved slightly, but not significantly. The combination of exercise and diet, which is highlighted in my original series, has sustained it over 12 months. I will continue to have all my blood levels and all lab checks on my birthday every year to maintain that happens. And if it happens in the future that my cholesterol gets out of control or any other medical thing, I'm happy to take medication, but I just want to make sure I need it. And there isn't some natural ways that I can address health issues, because prescriptions these sort of chemicals aren't always good for your body, and they're expensive. If there's cheaper, more healthy ways to do it, I'll do that. But if I have any medical condition that requires medication, I'm more than happy to take it. So I'll do a clip of my routine back then, a clip from that earlier film. Let's have a look at that now. As a supplement to my intro, I thought I'd actually show you my morning cocktail that I make in addressing my health issues. So the first thing I do is the base drink, which is from Vitagreens. Like I said, I've tried a lot of alkaline base, green drinks, wheatgrass, things like this, but this product is the most complete with all the, there's a whole list of all the nutrients, minerals, antioxidants. It's got everything, one complete drink, and it tastes a lot better than other ones that I've tried. So I put a spoonful of that, good heaping teaspoon as a base in there, and I found that the greatest benefit for that, I get a general feeling of well-being, but the thing that I really have noticed is my immune system is really boosted. I don't remember the last time that I've had a cold or flu. I do get the annual flu injection, but as far as common colds, and a lot of people around me get sick. I work in the human service industry, so I can often get around people who catch every little virus that goes through, and I used to get sick myself. Taking this, I don't. On the odd occasion when I start to feel maybe I might be getting something, I take a vitamin supplement. It's got triple strength garlic, vitamin C, and horseradish. Now, I couldn't find this mix in the States. I've only found it here in Australia, and I used to even take this before I find the Vitagreens, and it really helped put off the cold, or if I did it shortened the duration of it. So if you can find it anywhere, or if you feel something coming on, the garlic, vitamin C, and horseradish mix. Maybe you can get the 3 different ones and mix them together. I don't know, but here in Australia, this one's Nature's Own. I don't have a particular brand. It's pretty common over here in pharmacies and health food shops. But saying that, I really credit not having colds and flus by the use of this Vitagreens. Really, really good stuff. So I put a teaspoon of that in, and then another, in addressing my cholesterol issues, I started taking Metamucil. Now this, I use the orange flavored Metamucil because it tastes better, and it actually adds a nicer taste to my green drink as well. Now that is really good for bowel health, keeping you regular. As we age, it really just assists our body. There's more information. Again, I've got a lot of this information from Dr. Berg just recently. Not that I learned these things from originally, but it gave me the scientific basis of why this stuff works. So there's my Metamucil and my Vitagreens. Now, if I have some aching muscles, I'm worried about a bit of muscle repair. Maybe I've strained myself. I can also take a little bit of magnesium. Do a very small amount. I don't take this every day. It's only when I'm feeling some muscle strain. I want to help with the muscle repair. And again, a very small little bit on the end of the teaspoon. Because what you'll find is this will kind of go right through you if you're having too much. If your body doesn't need it, it'll tell you. So, but I just put a little bit in there. And then I just add some water to that. We live out here in a rural property on water tanks, so our drinking water is rainwater, which is really beautiful. And so the first one is quite thick because I put a lot in there. I'll drink that one down. And there'll still be some stuff in the bottom of the glass. Top this up. By doing it this way too, I'm ensuring that I'm getting a start. A good start to get an ample amount of water in me for hydration as I start the day. And with the second one, I usually have my tablet. And the only tablet I'm taking at the moment is krill oil. I used to, set that there. I used to take Magnesium, which is for stomach acid and acid. It's the most commonly prescribed drug in the world, mainly because of our lifestyles and diets. We have a problem with acid. So I used to take that until, again, through this Dr. Berg, will come up on YouTube, amazing. And he got me onto apple cider vinegar. My wife actually had this bottle she bought and we hadn't used it. I didn't know anything about it. But when I heard and we had it, I give it a try. This one, you can have it with mother. That's the base of the plant. Most of them come with that. This one also has a turmeric add to it. Because there's turmeric in it, you kind of gotta shake it up a bit. But I have one glass this size in them, and because of this, I'll demonstrate this in a minute, I no longer need to take the antacid tablet. So I've only got my krill oil tablet, but what I do now is for the antacid is I just take some apple cider vinegar with turmeric, 1 tablespoon, glass, fill the glass up. I'll drink that as well. Now, at first, you may not like the taste of this. I got used to it quite quickly. I like Italian salad dressing and things like that. So the vinegary taste I didn't mind at all. Wife didn't really like it much, but she's also found it very effective. So what she does, she actually takes a little bit of magnesium, because she's currently going through muscle at the time, and she put that little teaspoon in with her apple cider vinegar, and this magnesium powder is very sweet, and so it canceled that. I have been on cholesterol medication for about 10 years. My high cholesterol runs in our family, both the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. I've always stayed at a high range of normal, sometimes tipping over. So in wanting to address that, I tried through diet a bit, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I just tried to cut out junk foods and things like that. And I never really had much success. Stayed in the high end of normal. So instead of taking the risk, I thought it's not worth it. I'll take some medication for it, and I've been doing that for about 7 years. Now that I'm getting more education on health and nutrition and longevity, I'm experimenting with my new diet, which isn't, I probably call it a diet. I've just substituted a few things. I may not need cholesterol tablets anymore, so I've come off them at the moment, and I will, after give myself 6 weeks for everything to clear out of my system. Now the only changes that I've added to that routine is 2 things. I've mentioned magnesium powder in that video, and I found out that has worked really well for me over 12 months. I did it for muscle repair and different things, but also find out it's a kind of a relaxer and a stress reliever. Having that, I sleep better at night with that. You got to work out your own sort of quantities. I have a very small amount of that. I found out just like a quarter of a teaspoon was that right dose for me, that it had give the optimal effect. I probably use the magnesium more than I did 12 months ago, but I've worked that out over the case. And the other thing is, I had a double hernia operation during the year. I talked to my specialist of what caused that, and it's a common thing that happens with older men. It happens with women too, but it's far more frequent with men. That's just the way we're designed. It's not about heavy lifting, and he is one of the top specialists here in Australia, and he says nobody knows for sure exactly why that happens. We get hernias. His belief was it was the collagen levels. As we get older, our collagen levels drop, and that's why our skin ages and things like that comes to be thin. So we lose our collagen. And so between his advice and looking at some of Dr. Berg's videos, I've added collagen into my morning routine. And that really helped my hernia heal up in a quick amount of time. But also I just feel it's made other effects that I feel in the quality of my skin, hair, and for my physical exercise, the recovery. I feel it works for me. Don't have any scientific information around that, but other than the routine that is outlaid in my previous video, I've added collagen to my routine. Not much, about a tablespoon to my morning drink. Remember the morning drink, I had the Vita Greens, the Metamucil, and a bit of magnesium. I also continue to take the supplements of the krill oil. I've taken that for years and years. That wasn't really a change, easy to maintain. So I got my little routine in the morning. I make my little drink with all my potions in it, and I take those 2 things. The antacid tablet I take, I dress that by adding a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I've tried a few different brands over the year, and the brands are the same, but the one that I like to use has got turmeric in it, because turmeric also has some anti-inflammatory properties, and it helps with the clarity of thought, and turmeric's really good for you. So I have that at nighttime, just a little spoonful in a glass of water, and I drink that before bed, and I've had no reflux in the last 12 months. And so I haven't required to go back onto the Nexium medication. Again, I've had blood tests every 6 months. Everything's good. I'm able to maintain everything. I feel really good. This isn't a big regime. It's not really expensive. In fact, just one of my scripts kind of covers all the little additives that I take. 12 months later, I've addressed my health issues. I'm still doing good. I'm still monitoring them. I still have regular checkups. But my little regime that I have has been working really well for me, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, like I said, I feel better than I did when I was 40. And I'm getting closer and closer to that 60 every day. And I plan to continue this on. So 7 steps to 40, address my health issues. Everything's on track. Again, look at that previous video and that series of videos. It's been really, really helpful. So where we will see some changes will be in the next video around exercise. So join me then. So until then, this is Rick Ward, your guide to retirement stages, wishing you an extraordinary retirement.